It's Newcomb Garage. I'm just taking a break. I'm working on a project, a very special one. I'm hoping some of y'all will join up here. But, you know, I got to let the paint dry a little bit. So I am going to kick back, relax, and hang out with all of y'all. And maybe you'll get to see me throw a layer of paint down. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I sent a link for someone to join if he's available. He's a special surprise guest. Classic car guy, what's up? How you doing today, man? I'm just taking a break from working on I'm working on Vic's mower. The Pimp My Mower, so the next episode of that. But I gotta take a break and let the paint dry. Now here's a question for you. Here's a little mead I made. Is that something that you think would make a cool video that you would watch? How to make mead. Um I'm the type of person that has had about a million hobbies. Um, it's that whole ADD. I get obsessed with something for a while and spend money on it and get pretty damn good at it. And then sometimes keep it around, but I get interested in something new. I haven't had a chance to, well, hold on. For anyone else watching and watching in the future, pretty good young man. How are you doing on the welding skills? I haven't had much of a chance to bust the welder out. I work a lot at the hospital, a lot of night shifts. So that wipes out the day of and the day after. um, and then the last day I had off, it was raining. Um, and I don't have like my garage cleared out where I can do my welding in there yet. So I thought, I don't know, welding outside in the rain, I'll do something else. So I mowed the lawn. Because it was like sprinkly off and on rain day. Um, so you got three people in here. Let's see, what state are you in again? I'm in Michigan. I'm 8 miles north of the north border of Detroit. So to get to work, especially since they closed the major freeway 696, I take 8 miles. So I probably drive by Eminem's place, There's normal stuff for me. 8 viewers, freaking awesome, loving it. How is everyone doing today? Gonna give you a little sneak peek at what I'm working on here. We've got that, and to catch up on what I'm more about this project, check out my video "Pimp My Mower" and the I forget what I call it. Basically, why this mower was in the trash, something like that. So there is the mower, and I masked off some, threw down some purple, and I'm loving how that purple came out. I was a little afraid when I bought that purple that it was going to be not the right shade of purple. Let's see. Yeah, we've been having some bipolar weather out here in California too. Oh man, Michigan weather. If you don't like it, wait 5 minutes. And that's like always. Stupid bug, get off my paint. So I have been working on this mower. I mean, it runs great. The uh the quick backstory is I found it in the garbage. It had a very wouldn't run, and the handle was like broken. Um, so I cleaned the air filter. It started right up. I put a bolt in the handle, and that fixed that. And then my buddy Vic at Diecast Dream Customs had electrical fire at their house. And I'm talking to him, and I was wanting to go down and help him out and this and that, but work schedule, life schedule, and he's about 3 hours away, so it's not like I can just pop over for the afternoon. Um, I was talking with them, and it turns out that they need a lawnmower. They're, whatever, something happened to it, and I was like, dude, I just pulled this lawnmower out of the trash. It's yours, bro. So, and since he customizes, little diecast cars, I was like, shit, can't have custom diecast cars and not have a custom mower. So I'm pimping this thing up for Vic and Foggy. I think it's gonna be pretty sweet. I got some ideas about it that I don't want to share yet because I don't want to tell you I'm gonna do something and it not pan out. Um, but there she is. Can I flip my camera around so I can throw down another layer of the purple? Let's see. Flip. There we go. Give him some view hours. All right. This is my second and third coat, we'll call it. Oh, sorry, my hand was getting in the way. Yes, I have started thought about a classic car. I'm so I was in a motorcycle accident almost 2 years ago. And let me turn this back around. So broke my wrist really bad, was off work for 6 months. And so once the insurance money from that comes through, I'm planning on getting some sort of a classic vehicle project to work on. Um, in a sense to replace the motorcycle. Because that was my I'm gonna have fun with, playing with motors type of thing. Um and I can't ride anymore. It being that close to biting it. And I mean, my accident was pretty minor compared to many, and I recognize that big time. If I didn't have a helmet on, I'd be dead. Or I would hope I would have died if I didn't have a helmet on because the alternative would have been surviving but not being me anymore, not having severe brain damage. And that is not an existence that I want. Um I work in healthcare. I see a lot of that. I see a lot of people, you know, living in just not good quality of life. I believe quality of life over quantity. And I mean, everyone's got their decisions, I respect that. Um, but you do see families that leave their 90-year-old mother with terminal cancer and keep her on life support and tell you to do everything. And it's like, dude, it's her time. Let her go. Stop torturing her. But that's a different conversation. Anyway, I just cannot in good conscience get back on a bike, especially knowing that, within the first couple months of me riding, I had an accident. Like, if that's the universe telling me this isn't for you, I mean, if I got back on and had another accident, I'd feel really stupid. Um, so I figure, at least a classic car. uh, I've got a car around me to protect me. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to let go of a family member. It sucks, but it's part of life. And I get it, man. I mean, um, my wife and I, we both lost our mothers to cancer within 6 months of each other. We've been down that road. Um, it is incredibly difficult, and we've lost pets that you know we loved as much as or more than some people we've lost. Uh, you know, you're right. It sucks. It's hard. It is part of life. Um, I've had lots of conversations with my kids to tell them, when it's my time, it's my time. I do not want to exist on life support. You know, there's my sister and I have had that conversation regarding our father because he's 87 and his memory's not what it used to be. So we have like medical decision making. He's not like unable to comprehend and make decisions, but you know his memory and his comprehension aren't what they used to be. See, damn, that's crazy. I lost my mother-in-law 3 years ago, and in 4 months my father passed both cancer. Yep. It's rough, man. That was a rough time. Um, so yeah, I feel you, man. I absolutely feel you. Uh, yeah. So I wonder what I should be doing next on this thing. Oh, it is. It, this purple is nice and glossy. It's coming out pretty good. Probably can't see it too good on there. What kind of classic car would I get? How about one I can afford? um, Needs to have a manual transmission. I would very much like it to have a V8, though there is a 49, 39, 49, 49. Yeah, 1949 flat fender I'm looking at that I could pick up for like $300. The engine is totally locked and full of water. And the frame's solid. That's about all it has going for it is a solid frame, and it seems like it's complete. The shifters are all locked up, so it's I don't know, maybe not. Um, but I mean, I'd love to get a muscle car. Let's see, that's a good project right there. V8 swap time. Yeah, yeah. A couple people have said that. Um, it'd be a fun project if I decide to take it on. I don't know. I gotta. kind of see what my budget ends up being. Um, but and some of this, like wanting to do these kind of projects, is why I'm trying to learn to weld because I know I'll have to, like, weld in new floors, weld in motor mounts, that kind of stuff. So that'll be coming eventually. I've also got somewhere at my dad's house in the backwoods is an old gravelly uh sickle bar mower. Um it's like really for cutting brush, not like grass. Let's see. Starting to get into the MG and MGBs. Oh, that'll be cool. V8 swap one of those. That would be cool. Or put a like a K swap it so it's still a four banger. Keep it nice and light, but get the scoot of and reliability of a Honda. Um, but I want to get that Gravely out of there, out of the woods, and try to get it going. And I've never seen it run. Um, there's also a chipper at his house. There's a um, generator that I think the generator's in the garage. Hopefully, so that should be easy to get going. Um, and I mean, these are all things that he's had for 40 plus years. Yes, sir. That's the plan. I'm going to be 8 swap 1. I'm gonna do S2000 drivetrain. Wow, that'll be sweet. Um, I'd love to get an S2000. That's another car that's on my list that I would definitely buy if I can find one that's not uh $14,000 with a blown up engine or something. Um, that's one car that they should have kept making. Have something out there to actually compete with the Miata. Even though the S2000 really was, they're so similar, but it just had so much more power and whatever than the Miata. Um, but I do wish they had kept the S2000 around, and I don't get why they didn't, unless it's just that they couldn't sell enough to make it financially make sense. The Mazda Miata Jeep with a V8. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. I've seen a good number of LS swapped Miatas. That would be fun. I'd buy a Miata too. I do want something with pop up and down headlights. I love those. I mean, I'd look at Corvettes. Um, what do you call them? Like Firebirds. Pretty much anything with pop up and down headlights and rear drive. I'm interested in. Um, hopefully something that it was they built a lot of, so there's a lot of part support. You know. Let's see. Have you seen the 2008 Mazda Miata that I swapped a 47 Jeep Willys body onto? Yes, yes, I did. I've seen that. That's pretty cool. Um, I've also seen where people do sort of the opposite end. They take a Miata and lift it and make it, an off-road Miata. But I am gonna get off of here because I need to get back to whatever my next step's gonna be here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. Do I peel the paint or the? I don't know. I got to do some thinking and decisioning. And let's see, it's 1 o'clock. I have to be done and wrapped up by 3:30. to get back to, I got family things to do tonight. All right. You have a good day too, Classic Car Guy. Everyone that tuned in, thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and go check out my videos on the Pimp My Mower because I think it's going to be sweet once it's done. All right. Peace.